there's a lot of things that we can see by trending that data. But so that we can trend what's going on in our boiler room, right? And watch whether the exhaust temperatures, for example, are changing up or down, or, whether we're using more chemical or using more salt or any of those things. It can be really helpful to have a daily boiler log to accumulate that data, enter it in something like a spreadsheet or maybe a more sophisticated tool, and to be able to compare that information over time. The other important reason to have a daily boiler log is just as kind of an accountability mechanism that all of the required maintenance got done. So if we don't have a log that's signed off by the operator, how do we know that bottom blowdowns were done every day and that safety devices for level were blown down every day, or things of that nature, any other things that need to be done? So the log kind of helps to create that accountability piece as well as trend some information. One thing that I often see not included on the log that I think should be is the boiler exit temperature gauge. Now that boiler exit temperature is going to change with boiler load, right? So our boiler exit temperature will be lower at low fire and higher at high fire. So we really need to have that temperature logged from the last time the boiler was tuned, right? So if we have a tune-up done and at, say, 50% load, the boiler has a stack temperature of 400 degrees Fahrenheit, just to make some numbers up. Then 3 months later, at 50% load, the stack temperature's now crept up to 425. Well, what would cause that to happen? Why would that temperature be going up? Well, that temperature could be going up because we're building up a scale or a soot in the boiler. By watching that temperature and having a calibrated or a good boiler exit temperature gauge could help us with that. So there's a lot of things, that being one example, there's a lot of things that we can see by trending that data. The other thing is if your boiler exit temperature changes by going down drastically from one day to the next, well, then we could have a boiler leak, right? We could have some water from inside that boiler spraying into the flue gas side and causing that temperature to drop significantly.